My name is Gabriel Montagnani. I'm a photographer and also an equipment manager. The reason that I take photos is trying to memorize what I have in my mind, but normally it's to show my perspective of the world and trying to show something different and memorizing. I discovered that I'm going to be a photographer probably when I got my first analog camera. It came from my granddad. Unfortunately, I couldn't meet him, but he used to work as a photographer as his hobby. The first one that I could say is like lifestyle, showing the how is like life when you go for a trip or a travel, when you go out of the box. And for me, this photographer is Emmanuel Rosario. He opened a lot my idea and my perspective how to shoot, you know, and using like candid moments, like not plan everything step by step. So that's what was something that I love. Other one is like type of illusion photos, when you do a photo in the studio and you create like a background for that and you mix these two photos. So this photo that you create is to show like a perspective that you have, but not exactly the reality. I have a teacher in the St. Central Martins in London. He used to say that flash is a bleach in the photo, you know. And I love that, like this idea, because if you think real, it's actually a bleach that you put in the photo, you know. It's like a bucket of bleach. That was really remarkable for me to understand like about the photo and the differences and like all the theory is completely important because it's history as well, you know. So everything is knowledge, you know. Yeah, that's a good question because I stayed here my first months without the work permission, so I was not looking for a job. I made a map of Manhattan with around 20 studios and I went, I believe the internet is incredible for a lot of things, but for me, nothing changed the face-to-face. So yeah, I went and back in the door. Here was the 90 studio that I tried, and the next day they got interested in me, and I came back, I made the interview, I showed the knowledge that I had, and I started to work as a assistant. I think yes, I have luck, but I look for luck, you know. I didn't have the courage to come here, maybe I never could work here. So it's a really thin line between lucky and determination, you know. Yes, it's harder, mostly because each one can be a photographer today, anyone can be a photographer today. It's easy to be. So for me, the future is gonna be not about the technique, but how you use the photo and how you produce that. As more artists you're trying to do in your shoot, I think better is gonna be to create your own mark. Projects by myself definitely was, I'm not a kind of rose woman. The writer, his name is Gabito Nunes, he's a Brazilian writer. When I read that, I really liked the book because he was really deep and he was really like understanding with the details. But the idea of this project is like I could show something that I read, and I tried to translate as more genuine possible, and he really liked it. So to see the writer being excited and being happy with a project that I did means that I got close what he tried to translate in words. More than everything, I just hope to be happy. I think that's the most important thing. When I was young, I used to make plans for everything in my life. And we always discover that life never works in the way that you planned it. I never expect to be in New York working. In 5-10 years, I really don't know. But I expect that I'm going to be happy with the results. I really don't want to be a powerful rich man. For me, that's bullshit, you know? It's important, oh my gosh, you have a lot of power, you are so incredible. Great, your life sucks, you know? I think for all the photographers that is starting or trying to learn, like going to this urge to get photography, be patient. Understand what you want to shoot, understand what is your goal, learn about not the whole equipment, but what you have. Understand what you have in your hands, what you want to buy, which kind of lens, which kind of photo you want to shoot. As soon as you have a focus, you're going to spend less money and you're going to have like more talent in that. So be focused. Don't try to do fashion, portrait, wedding, parties, whatever. Trying to be focused on something and get the knowledge of this. After, you can do whatever you want, shoot whatever you want, but get the focus, you know? Without focus, photography is just a guy with a camera shooting everything, you know? So, yeah, and understand this needs to be an artistic job. As soon as you stop trying to do something that people want to see and you do something that you want to show, I think that's the huge step that you're gonna do. Whatever, if it looks cheesy or not, be happy, you know? It's easier to talk than do, but does not mean that it's impossible to do, you know? So, yeah, I think that's it.